My name is Mr. Lloyd. I'm the faculty leader for Humanities, and I'm just going to talk you through Year 10 GCSE Geography and how you can support your child in GCSE Geography. So the first thing that I've got on the screen is just an overview about how the course is assessed. There are 3 exam papers at the end of Year 11. The first paper, paper 1, is on the physical environment. It's worth 35% of the overall GCSE, and it's an hour and a half long. The second exam paper is Challenges in the Human Environment, again an hour and a half long and is worth 35% of the GCSE. And lastly, there's paper 3 on Geographical Applications and Skills. That is a 1 hour 15-minute exam and it's worth 30% of the GCSE. The Geographical Applications and Skills has a fieldwork component. At some point during the 2 years, all students will complete some fieldwork with their teachers. Sometimes that's in Year 10, sometimes that's in Year 11, depending on when we can get the students out of school. We will obviously be in contact to let you know when the fieldwork will take place. This is the Cotham School Geography Learning Journey. It goes from Year 7 all the way up to the end of Year 13. We're just going to focus on the Year 10 section. In Year 10, the GCSE students focus on paper 1, the physical world. And the first topic they'll do, starting in September, is the challenge of natural hazards. They will then move on to topic 2, the living world, and finally topic 3, physical landscapes within the UK. The majority of all of paper 1 will be covered. Depending on timings towards the end of the year, we will start paper 2, maybe look a little bit at the urban issues and challenges. A number of resources are available to help you support your students, your child, our students. The first is the Humanities Virtual Learning Environment. The VLE is a really good resource, particularly to help students catch up on any work they may have missed, or a good resource to use if students have to self-isolate for any reason. The VLE looks like this. It is available through the Cotham School homepage. If they click through to Geography, there will be a Resources tab. Click on to Key Stage 4. It will give you the option of Year 10 and Year 11 resources. If you click into Year 10 resources, it will take you through to a folder on Google Drive that looks like this. With their Cotham School email address, they will be able to access these folders, and within there it's got every lesson resource, PowerPoint, worksheet, revision materials, all in one easy to access space. The second way you can help your child and support them within geography is to use the Stretch and Challenge tab. So again, going back into the VLE, there is a Stretch and Challenge page for all subjects. If they go into Challenge for Geography, to Key Stage 4, there are a number of reading lists, documentaries, specific resources to help target and improve specific skills within the Geography GCSE, and that is also accessible through the virtual learning environment. Thirdly, there are a number of freely available websites and some subscriptions that the school has got. These are namely GCSE Pod, Seneca, and BBC Bitesize. GCSE Pod is a subscription service that the school has subscribed to. If students click in, they can use their Cotham School email address. If they've forgotten their password or don't know their password, they click on the Forgotten My Login details using their Cotham email address. They will email a reset password and you can access those resources there. They're short videos, podcasts, 5 to 6 minutes long, really targeted, really useful for revision purposes. BBC Bitesize is again another really useful resource. It divides up the GCSE into the topics that we teach. So this is paper 1, paper 2 and paper 3. And again, a really useful way of recapping information or going over information that students may not be secure on. Lots of videos, lots of written information as well. The third resource is Seneca. Seneca is a self-quizzing website. Again, students have been subscribed using their Cotham School email addresses. Similarly to the GCSE Pod, if they've forgotten, they can click on Forgotten their details and they will get a reset link where they can put their new password in. There's a GCSE Geography Revision tab where we've set up all the GCSE Geography revision activities for them to do. Number 4 is a humanities homework club. The homework club normally runs every Thursday in K003, 2:45 to 3:45, and under normal working conditions, we would have staff available to support students with their homework or any other activities they may be struggling with. I am available to support students with particularly revision or homework during that time. So that is available to all GCSE students. And finally, we've got revision guides. As an education institution, Cotham School can buy in revision guides at a cheaper price than you will be able to get privately on something like Amazon or Waterstones. We buy them in bulk. We get a discount and we pass on that discount to the students. We're not making a profit on that. And we're not topping up any pension pots. That's just an opportunity to get a revision guide at a cheaper price. Please pay through WisePay. Students can then let their teachers know in lessons they've purchased a revision guide, and teachers can distribute them through lessons. Supporting your child in geography. We've talked a little bit about some of the activities there that you can use, but fundamentally within lessons, a number of revision lessons are dedicated to students, and students routinely visit content again throughout Year 11, primarily through our upgrade sessions. When it comes to revision, there are 3 main revision strategies we'd like students to use. Those are creating flashcards, using brainstorms, and mind maps. The key theme around revision is self-testing. Revision outside of this key theme is demonstrably weaker. So what we would like students to do is to activate previous knowledge they've already got before they look at any revision materials. So if we take the brainstorm activity in the centre, for example, if students are revising earthquakes or tectonics, they would write earthquakes and tectonics in the topics in the centre. In the box immediately around the topic, they would write down everything they can remember before they look in their exercise books, revision guides, or any of the revision websites. After they have recalled as much as they possibly can, they would then write in the outer box what they have additionally revised using a revision guide or their exercise books. That process can be repeated through mind maps as well, so a slightly different format, but again, mind map everything you can remember before you add to it. Checklists and knowledge organisers and essential learning lists, they're all on Google Classroom and they've been shared with students. And as previously said, use of online resources like BBC Bitesize, GCSE Pod and Seneca are really valuable. We give students revision schedules. So students are given revision schedules, and those revision schedules typically cover between 6 to 8 weeks, and they list everything a student will need to know for their mock exams. These revision schedules will be prepared in advance of their Year 10 mock exam. I will email all parents and carers of GCSE Year 10 geography students when those revision schedules become available. Helping and using those revision schedules with your child would be really beneficial and really helpful, in particular using those 3 revision strategies of flashcards, brainstorms and mind maps. This is the key analogy we use with students when we're asking them to revise. These are 2 slides that will be shared with all students. The analogy is that your brain is like a forest and that information and memories are in there somewhere. The more times you make a path to that memory, the better the path is. So the more times you recall and try and retrieve information, the more likely you are to find and retrieve that information under stressful conditions, such as those found within an exam situation. Lastly, homework and assessment. Homework is set once a week. Year 10 GCSE geography students have 6 lessons a fortnight, 6 lessons every 2 weeks. They have 1 homework set each week. It will be a variety of written homework, research homework, and revision activities. All homework and instructions will be placed on Google Classroom. Assessments are always based around exam questions and are usually completed 3 times a topic. All details of assessments are shared with students and revision activities are signposted on Google Classroom. This is an example of what a Google Classroom page would look like for a student with their classes. There is also a centralised geography revision Google Classroom page for Year 11 that we will share with Year 10 later in the year when they come to do their revision for the mock exam. The central Google Classroom page has visual keyword lists, access to Seneca, specific revision resources, a load of podcasts, past papers, examples about how to improve their SPAG marks, and also general revision skills. Hopefully that information is helpful. If there are any questions, please email me. My name is Mr. Lloyd again, and yeah, thank you for your time.